Hey everyone, my name is Kayla Schneider and I'm our Director of Product Marketing and Enablement here at Virtuous. And today I wanted to talk through our new Raise AI page builder. So most people who are building fundraising pages are not trained designers. I know I am not. And they don't usually have one sitting on their team either, right? So you're probably ending up in two buckets. You're either waiting on a developer or an agency to just get a page out the door, or you're settling for something that doesn't quite represent your organization the way it deserves to be represented. You know what you want to say, you know your story, and you know how you want your supporters to engage with your mission, but you don't necessarily know how to make it look right, or you don't have the tools that allow you to represent yourself in the way you want to. So with the new Raise AI page builder, we think we've kind of built something that closes that gap. It works with 3 different pieces that come together to give you a good foundation for your pages. So we have a builder that you can just talk to. So an AI builder that you're just gonna write natural language in, give it a sentence, and it's gonna kick off a page built from scratch. Then there's a knowledge base that already understands your organization, your brand, your tone, what makes you you. And then we have what we call modules, which are sections of pages that carry real design sense baked in that give you those building blocks to create best practice pages. So let's hop in and see what that looks like. So I'm going to start building a completely new page from scratch. So we come in here and say a new experience. I'm going to do a donation page here. And I have a fake literacy org, so I'm going to say a back to school matching campaign. Okay, so what I get to do here is I'm just gonna come in and say, okay, great, I wanna build with AI. All I need to do is come in here and build with one sentence. You can see, all I'm gonna do is write a sentence. So help me build a back to school matching campaign. That's it. Literally just typing in a sentence, and now it's gonna go off and build my page. So I'm gonna generate that experience, and now it's gonna go out into the world. What's happening is it's not just giving me a template that now I have to go and fill in all the blanks, right? It's actually taking what I've given it, looking at my knowledge base that we'll look at in just a second, and assembling a real page section by section based on what I've asked it to do. So the thing here is, while it's going to be pretty quick, it's going to happen in minutes. The cool thing is that this is a draft, right? Nothing is actually going live on its own. I'm still in charge. I'm still going to preview it. I'm still going to publish it. It's just a starting place for me to see what's working, what's in control, and see how I want my donors to actually experience my page here, right? So you can see here, it's actually chosen 4 sections. It's giving me that match. I called it a match. It's telling me the impact of what that does, giving me that page, and then the final ask. It's built that page, and now I can engage with it. So as I mentioned, this is not just built on, generic information. It's actually built off that knowledge base that I mentioned just a second ago. So let's hop in and see what that knowledge base is. This is where you're actually going to have pages that look and sound just like you. This is the reason why it didn't come out with just like a generic nonprofit page. It's because it has information baked on my organization, right? So a couple of different ways to do that. It's going to learn who you are, one, from scraping your website. So all of that information you already have on your website, it's going to scrape all that information and capture it for you. But you also have the ability to add more information, like your mission statement, your brand voice, your guidelines, those types of things. I've added things around programs and annual reports. The great part is it's adding that information and building a foundation for moving forward. Once you do this, it doesn't forget. Every page that you're going to continue to build now is going to sound exactly like you. You're not re-explaining this every single time, starting from scratch. This is now the core foundation of everything that you're going to be building with inside of Raise. So let's hop back and look at that page that we just looked at, and let's talk about those modules that it created here. And so as you can see here, it's kind of created these different sections for me with inside of the builder. And so I have some different modules that's pulled in for me based on what I've asked it to do. This is honestly my favorite piece of the builder because this is actually solving that design problem. Yes, it's very quick. So even if you're a designer, so fast. It builds these things so fast and gives you a good foundation to get started from. But these are actually sections, and we're calling them modules, that are built that on design sense, but for real fundraising needs, for real options. So here I've already built in some, but I have the ability to add in a ton more options. Like, what are each of these things for? What is that going to do here? So maybe I want to have a hero section. This is just starting with a matching module, the explanation of what the campaign is, but maybe I want to pull in a hero section here that's matching the tone of my campaign, pulling in information about who I am, and kind of creating that kind of anchor for my page. And then it pulls into that matching opportunity. Maybe I want to pull in a giving tier here. I want to be able to pull in that giving tier here to say, this is that impact, but what does that impact mean? So I can pull in a tier and tell my donor, this is the impact that you're having, not just a number, but right, it's unlocking a clear outcome for supporters. I have the ability to do things like impact calculators, that matching story that we talked about, testimonials, kind of galleries of images or pictures, things like that. These are all baked in with clear layout opportunities. So maybe I don't like this layout. I want it to look a little bit different. I have the ability to do that really quickly without having to go from scratch to build these in full CSS or JavaScript. Okay. So there are different ways to make changes and do things like that, but this is a great way to, I'm not starting from a blank page, right? I don't have to wonder what good looks like when it comes to this. I have the foundations to build the story that I want to tell my supporters. And then how do I make it exactly what I'm looking for? There are a couple of different ways to make those changes. So I can either come in and work with that AI assistant. So we just had that sentence there. We just moved that forward. I could come in and say, you know what? I want to make my hero more urgent and pull in an image, right? I can tell it exactly what I'm looking for, and now it's going to make those changes. It already knows what the page is, so it's editing that page with makes sense in the context of what I've already done instead of overriding everything else, right? It's just going to look at that one piece, and I can continue to edit and make those opportunities. Or, as I mentioned, I have full opportunity to be able to just do that manually here as well. So I could come in and say, that's great, I like that, but you know what? I don't want that back overlay layout. Maybe I just want it to be a spotlight with that image in it. Perfect. Being able to kind of pull those things together. So whether I'm kind of using that AI builder, doing some hand editing, going back and forth, whichever one fits the moment for me, nothing is locking me out of making this page exactly the way I want it to be. Okay. So now that I've kind of made my changes, I said what I want it to look like. Here I can just preview my page. And now I have exactly what the donor is going to experience. I have a fully built on-brand giving page that I have created in minutes here with you. And that is the whole point of the AI page builder. It has understood who I am, my story, what matters to me, what matters for my supporters. And it's taken that information and it's built a page that's been designed for, best practices in design, but it's grounded in what nonprofit donors actually care about. If you want to learn more about Raise AI, reach out and we'd love to chat.